All right, so the dominoes are starting to fall. The Ravens acquired Max Crosby, and of course, everybody in Philadelphia is crashing out because they want Howie to get every good free agent that's available in the history of the NFL, and that just is not a reasonable request. I'm happy with Jalen Phillips. Max Crosby would have been a good get, but in my opinion, that's the price was too high. What do we have to give up to get somebody like me personally? I was not willing to give up um, Jalen Carter. He's a good young talent, finding his way in the league. He had the injuries this year. Has he ever had that when he was in college or anything like that? I don't think he had. I could be wrong, but I don't think he has. So that was something out of the blue, and he's worked to come back from it. Um, Max Crosby is a good get. Also, I believe he's 28 years old. So almost in that area where people are trying to look the other way. But the way some of these players are playing these days in the league at the age, you see what AJ Brown is doing, Max Crosby's doing. I think Miles Garrett is 27, I believe. So the longevity in the league and the way these players take care of themselves is crazy. But um, there's still a lot of things that can happen. And before I move on from Max, let's not. Um, Baltimore gave a load to get him. Baltimore gave up a load to get him. Um, and when I mean, at the end of the day, you're not going to see if it pays dividends. You know he's going to play well if he stays healthy. That's the caveat to every player that gets traded, drafted, anything in the NFL. If you stay healthy, so the same. I don't. I personally don't want to get rid of AJ Brown. I think AJ Brown is a definite help to this team and still one of the best players in the league at his position if he stays healthy. But you can put that on any player, whether they've been hurt or have a injury history or not. So everybody kind of crashing out because they're following the rumors and hoping. And I don't know how many times I've said it, man. Just because everybody's talking about it on TV does not make it a thing, does not make it real. Hell, you see all of the issues that are having right now between Mike Florio and Adam Schefter. This is a slow dissemination of information that is coordinated with teams and agents. There is no breaking news. There is no. Um, they need to come up with something else. It shouldn't be called breaking news. It should say this person got the information from the team, so he can release it first. Because that's what it comes down to. These dudes aren't sleuths and gumshoes hiding out, camping out across the street. They get phone calls and text messages that give them certain information that they can release because teams and GMs trust certain people in the business. There's some people that trust Adam Schefter. There's some people that trust Tom Pelissero. There's some people that trust Ian Rappaport and all these other people. Name your pick. But it's not like they got some magical way of getting this information. They get calls from teams or they get calls from reps from teams. I'm sure there's different ways that these teams can hide their information, and you tell this guy, and that guy tells um, the beat reporter or whatever. Everybody got insiders and stuff like that, or like I say, sources close to the situation. It's all leaked information, so you believe what you want to believe. A lot of this time, a lot of times at this particular point, getting closer and closer to the NFL draft, a lot of this is subterfuge. They just trying to throw fakes at you to see what you're gonna do. They don't know. They don't know what's going on. They have no clue until somebody tells them. And this is the same thing. This is the same exact thing. People still saying AJ Brown. I just saw the thing. I was looking for the guy's tweet where apparently the rumor came out that the Patriots offered a first and a third round pick for AJ Brown. And of course, somebody, of course, is like, why wouldn't you do that? They crazy not to do that. And I was like, well, maybe they're not. Because if you look at um, what the Eagles already have, they got a first round pick, 23rd overall, and a second round pick, and the third round pick, and the fourth round pick, and the fifth round pick. Oh, by the way, there's still a shit ton of guys that they still got to sign, and they still got to allocate money to. So, how much do you think another first round pick is going to be? So, basically, it, the way Howie operates, he would probably take that first round pick and trade it. Because why would you want to have two first, a second, two thirds, a fourth, and a fifth? You you can't pay all of those people, and that's what I think people tend to forget. It's great if you have a first round pick. It's even better if you got the money to take care of that pick. Now, what all the stuff we going through now with Jalen Carter, um, Nolan Smith, we gonna have to let N'Kobe Dean go. Those are the guys that you want to keep. You want to keep your prime time players, and they are playing at a high or elite level. You are going to have to pay them. What do you have to do is you got to juggle money around before it gets to that point. You got to prep it. So a first round pick sounds great unless you already got one that might be a higher pick. But if you in the first round, you still gonna get paid first round money. So something has to be juggled. Not to mention all these other players that are coming back that you want to keep that can be the mainstays in your offense and or defense that you want to keep. Losing them might be a problem. So we'll see. This is what Howie does best. This is what he does best. And I say it all the time, and I will continue to say it. I trust Howie Roseman supremely. Because I know he's got his ear to the ground on this type of stuff. He's always on the, even if they get rid of AJ, whoever they bring in, is he going to be as productive as AJ? That's a gamble. A bird in the hand beats two in the bush. And we've seen this time and time again. Somebody goes somewhere else, and they're not as good at that other place. They get their money. We saw that happen with Miles when Miles Sanders went to Carolina. I was a fan of Miles Sanders, and it wasn't the same. When Carson Wentz left, it wasn't the same. Never was the same. I ain't saying Carson Wentz might be with the Jets. I don't know. Carson Wentz ain't never been the same since he left Philly. So it's always a gamble. It's always a gamble, and you never know what you're going to get. You got to wait. All these guys with these first round picks. How many first round picks? How many draft picks, period, have been busts, let alone the first round? There's a lot of people that wasted a lot of money in the first round. The flip side of that is then you got people like Brandon team, he would have been cut. But the Eagles kept him around and he turned out to be one of our best ever. And some people need that, that incubation time before they can come out of that shell and just start wrecking shop. And these days, a lot of teams do not want to do that. They don't have that type of time. Look at Buffalo. Buffalo still can't figure it out. They got who they think, and a lot of other people think, is the greatest quarterback since sliced bread. That can't get it done, even with the best running back in the league. And we was in the same boat, except a difference is, except they don't want our quarterback to succeed, even though he does. You got the same thing. You had a good defense, you had the best running back, and you still couldn't get it done. That's just how supremely difficult it is to win in this league. So whatever Howie Roseman is doing, however he has to, whatever cards he's got in his hands, if he doesn't want to tip his hand, and that's why talking to the media and all of these, everybody wants to tell Howie what he should do. And Howie really ain't said much. He talked a lot about what was going on at the combine. He was the center of attention at the combine, but he did a lot of talking that really didn't say much. Everybody wants to beat on what's going to happen with AJ Brown. Why would he tell anybody what's going to happen with AJ Brown? Keep that one to yourself. Keep that one to yourself. You ain't got to tell nobody. Don't tip your hand. Don't let these jokers know nothing we doing. They'll figure it out when the draft comes down and it's our pick at number 23. Then we'll figure out, does somebody want to trade up, do it, trade down, whatever is going to happen is going to happen. And I've got enough faith, and his track record is good enough where I can throw my hands up and sit back and say, Howie, this is what you do best. I'm going to let you work. You go ahead and cook.